Okay, so when you look at this question, understand that you have to interpret this from two ways. One of the ways is you have to look up here and you have to look at this set of intervals that you're giving you. Also notice that at the value, where in this case, if I'm focusing on the range in particular, that the range is going all the way across here, right? Which is where y equals 4. But you'll notice that there are several y points that are not inclusive. So therefore we would use a parentheses for this. So if you immediately notice that detail, you'll also notice that it is inclusive at y equals 0, which is the x-axis. And there is nothing there that's an open interval indicating, or open value indicating that it's not inclusive. For this one, all you're going to do is, as you read the question, interpret. So the v value is v represents the wind speed, and they're telling you that there's a wind speed of 12 meters per second. If you look at the temperature, which is given to you as T, that's 15. So that's this little letter here, and a variable, and then these two variables are the yellows. To substitute it in, and what I would recommend is, because in our case they're saying particular value, they're telling us that the wind speed is 12 meters, and 12 falls within this interval. Okay? So our v is equal to 12. So we're putting in a 12 in here, a 12 in here, and in here we're putting the 15. So I would do this in stages or steps. So understand that when I do the math, I'm going to look at this as one value, and so I'll calculate that first. I'll plug in the 15 to get 18, and I'll do that next. And now what I have is basically a few steps to follow. The 33 minus, understand that this is minus all of this. So once you get that first value, the second value, the 18 over 22 over 4.04, you're going to work this out first. And once you work this out, then you will do 33 minus that value. And you should get 5.97. So it's about 5.97. So you round it to about 6 degrees Celsius. Okay, this next question is not difficult. It's just that you have to remember they are giving you f of x, so you already have this part of the equation. Alright, so we already have that. So this we can fill in. What we need to find is this. So that means that I have to do x plus h. I have to square that according to this, plus 7 times x plus h. Okay, and that's that piece, and then minus 4. And then minus 4. Alright, this will give me this part of the equation, the f of x plus h part. So that's all this in pink. So you have to remember you have to FOIL this, so you get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 7h, or 7x plus 7h minus 4. All of this is the f of x minus h part. So all of this is the pink. Minus f of x, so minus the x squared plus 7x minus 4. All of this is the yellow part. And obviously all of this is over h. So now when you distribute the negative, you're going to end up with a plus here, a negative here, a negative here, and a plus here. Okay? And so you can see that this, I use green for the cancellations. The green cancels, the x squares cancel. This the positive 7x and the negative 7x cancel. The negative 4 and the positive 4 cancel. What you are left with now is simply, let me go back. You're left now with 2xh plus h squared plus 7h on all of this over h. Understand that the h's are all going to cancel, and in this case just simply reduce. So they'll cancel here, and this will reduce down to just plain old h. So your final answer is right here. Okay? The next question, you have a reflection and you have a vertical shift. So what we are going to do is first the reflection. The reflection brings this diagram going this way, basically copy each point. And then we're going to lift it twice. So up 2. So up 2. My new diagram, it looks something like this. So if you look at your answer choices, in this case, the only answer choice that would fit this would be A. Notice that this is a vertical drop of 2. So if it were -2, that would make sense. Notice that this is a horizontal shift, as is this one. Both of these are horizontal shifts. This is a horizontal with a reflection. Okay, same thing for number 15. Number 15 is really no different. You have the cube root of x, which you have to remember. The cube root of x, generally speaking, looks like this. And it goes through the origin, right? And if I have a horizontal move of +8, I'm going to go to the left 8 units. So that puts me over here. So now my diagram actually goes this way and matches the shape, right? But it's reflected. So that means that everything gets twisted around. So basically the diagram is going to now go this way. Alright? And so when you look at your answer choices, okay, I guess they don't give you answer choices for this one. It's just basically that drawing. Alright, for number 16, same thing. We have to follow the order. So we have a horizontal move of +1. So plus means I move 1 to the left. So basically all of these points are moving over 1 unit. So that match these points. That's what that looks like. I then do the reflection. So basically all of these points are going to go and reflect this way. So this is -5, 4. So this will be -5, -4. So we're here. Alright, I'm just trying to get it as close as possible. You get the idea, and then +2. So now we're going to shift it up 2 units from here. So if this is my point, I'm coming up 2, and this should be doing this kind of behavior. The only one that would match that would be answer choice C in this case. Alright, moving up. Find the domain of the function. So very quickly, as we notice here, we would take out an x, leaving us x squared minus 64, which means that we have a repeating 0, and this factors out to x minus 8, x plus 8. So plus and minus 8 are our values, and so if you think of the number line, here's negative infinity, here's positive infinity, here's 8, here's 0, here's negative 8. So 3 intervals, negative 8 to negative infinity, union negative 8 to 0, union 0 to 8, union 8 to infinity. So answer choice D. Okay, number 18. Number 18, you have to complete the square. And so in this case, you have your x squared, which we combine with the negative 12x. So x squared minus 12x. 12 divided by 2 is 6, 6 squared, positive 36. Plus y squared minus 10y. If I split 10 in half, I get 5. 5 squared is 25, so plus 25. And then this is equal to negative 12. Negative 12 plus 36 plus 25. This results in 49. So now we can collapse this. This will actually be x minus 6 squared plus, let me pin out the point a little bit, plus y minus 5 squared equals 49. So that means that our HK is 6 comma 5 with a radius equal to 7. And so answer choice D would work for that. Okay, and so for number 19, I'm going to divide by 12 on all three of these to get x squared plus y squared equals 12. And remember that this represents r squared according to our formula. So r is actually equal to 2 square root of 3. Again, remember this is square root of 4 times square root of 3, and that's where I'm getting the 2 from. And our origin would be 0, 0. So this would have to be answer choice A in this case. Okay, number 20. Repeat the process. So in this case you get x squared minus 12x. If I divide 12 in half, I get 6. 6 squared is 36. So this would break down to x minus 6 squared. The y values, I have y squared minus 6y. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9, so plus 9. That means that the y values, I'm going to write this down here. This will become y minus 3 squared. And now understand you have a 33 which you're going to subtract on both sides. So you'll subtract it here and here. So you have a negative 33, you have a plus 36, and you have a plus 9. So consider that 36 minus 33 is 3, 3 plus 9, 12. And this is your r squared. So again, r is equal to 2 square root of 3, because I would take the square root of 12. Square root of 12 breaks up into square root of 4 times square root of 3. This is where I get the 2 from. Answer choice for this one should also be A, because your h and k respectively are 6 and 3. And your radius is going to be equal to 2 square root of 3.